Kenny. I'll put you in a grid 6 feet like Kenny.
Call me a god. Call me a god. Call me a god.
Good evening and welcome to Premier League Live for the final game of the penultimate weekend of the Premier League season. One more to go and Villa know that they can secure Champions League football for next season here tonight if they win. Liverpool want to give their cult hero of a manager, their god of a manager, Jurgen Klopp, a winning end to his away record at Liverpool. It's his penultimate game in charge of the club tonight. To tonight's teams, we start with Aston Villa, and Aston Villa start with Emi Martinez in goal, a back four of Ezri Konsa, Diego Carlos, Pau Torres and Luca Digne in defence. Douglas Luiz is alongside Yuri Tielemans, who comes into midfield alongside John McGinn, the captain, with a front three of Moussa Diaby, Leon Bailey and Ollie Watkins, who leads the line. On the bench for Villa, Robin Olsen, Kane Kessler-Hayden, Callum Chambers, Finlay Munro, Clement Longley, Nicolo Zaniolo, Tim Irabunum, John Duran and Amari Kellyman. For Jurgen Klopp's penultimate starting 11 as Liverpool manager, Alisson starts in goal, his 200th appearance for Liverpool this evening. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jarell Quansah, Virgil van Dijk the captain and Joe Gomez make up the back four. A midfield three of Wataru Endo, Harvey Elliott and Alexis McAllister in midfield, as a front three of Luis Diaz, Mo Salah and Cody Gakpo leading the line. On the bench for Jurgen Klopp's Reds, it is Caoimhín Kelleher, Conor Bradley, Ibrahima Konate, Kostas Tsimikas, Dominic Szoboszlai, Ryan Gravenberch, Stefan Bajcetic, Curtis Jones and Darwin Nunez. Aston Villa on the brink of Champions League qualification. Liverpool are coming to an end of an era, and Jurgen Klopp would love a winning end. Aston Villa against Liverpool on this Monday night is next.
Catch me if I fall.
A very good evening to a raucous and bouncing Villa Park, as they know that they could be on course for a huge end to their season. They've lost their last three, but they know they need only 3 more points from the last 2 games to secure Champions League qualification. They could even lose tonight, and Spurs lose tomorrow night to City, and Villa will be back amongst Europe's elite for the first time since 1983. 41 years since Villa were in the Champions League, or as it was known then, the European Cup. And they would certainly won it in their history. I don't think winning it's on the horizon, but certainly qualifying for it is. And of course the big storyline around Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp's penultimate game in charge, his final away game as Liverpool manager. And he starts with a very youthful side tonight in their green and white away strip as they get us underway then, Liverpool, here at Villa Park, Villa's final home game of the season, and they would love to end their home season with Champions League qualification secured tonight. Liverpool will be a tough nut to crack, but at the same way for Liverpool, Villa will be a tough nut to crack, knowing they've got all the things on the line and everything is kind of in their hands on that front. We'll see how Liverpool sort this out. Of course, when the pressure's been on them, Liverpool, this season at times, especially in the recent weeks, they've seemed to have really struggled in the big moments. But we watched them last weekend against Tottenham at Anfield, and they were playing free and without pressure and without that kind of threat of a title race in and around them. And they played with freedom and no pressure at all, and they looked really fluid. Here comes Harvey Elliott, who scored an absolute banger against Spurs last Sunday. Salah, back to Elliott, first chance here, and oh, it's in the net! What's happened there? What has happened there? Liverpool score! I cannot believe what I've just seen. Emi Martinez, one of the best keepers in this league, has literally gifted Liverpool a goal. He's grappled it into his own net. What an awful start for Unai Emery's side. It's Liverpool's first attack of the game. Kwanzaa plays it in the midfield, finds Harvey Elliott on the run, lays it out to the right hand side to Salah, quickly feeds it back to Elliott, and Elliott looks for the cross. It takes a deflection, which might put the keeper off a bit. It does take a deflection off the shoulder, and it kind of, it sees Emi Martinez kind of stretch back for the ball when it takes a deflection, and it kind of escapes his hands, and he tries to grapple for it, and he completely misses it. The deflection is what has absolutely gifted Liverpool that goal there, rather than the keeper making a howler. It doesn't help that he doesn't grab the ball, but that is certainly not a good start for Emi Martinez or Aston Villa. And from a raucous and rampant atmosphere in these early moments, they're still singing, but it's kind of certainly flattened the atmosphere, as it would do. Diaz trying to feed it in between the lines, but too far ahead of Cody Gakpo. As Wataru Endo with a challenge. Referee says no foul as Alexander-Arnold picks it up. Now finds Diaz. Salah kind of finding himself in the middle there. Mo Salah. Diaz trying to spread it out wide to Elliott, but nicely closed down by Luca Digne. And now McGinn. He has to go back to Luca Digne. So certainly not the start that Aston Villa would have wanted. I don't think the start that Liverpool would have expected. All the talk this season about how Liverpool are really poor from starts, and especially in recent weeks when the pressure has been on, Liverpool have looked really, really kind of vulnerable in the first 10-15 minutes of games. We saw with the pressure off them in that Spurs game, they played really fluidly, and we see it again. Lovely ball by Elliott. Here's Mo Salah down the right hand side. Liverpool in lovely form tonight. Here's Mo Salah. He's found his space, and this shot is just wide of the left post. A Mo Salah trademark. And it does take a deflection for a corner. Just see it here. Salah breaking down the right. And he just skips past Luca Digne like he's not there. Too easy for Luca Digne to get bypassed there by Mo Salah. And a left-footed strike. It does take another deflection. It's Pau Torres with a deflection again. And this one goes wide for the corner. Corner on the left-hand side for Liverpool. And Unai Emery already talking to his coaching staff, trying to figure out what's going on and how Villa have started so badly. And Liverpool with their first corner of the game will be Alexander-Arnold to take. Be a right-footed in-swinging corner from Alexander-Arnold. There's bodies in there. Alexander-Arnold with a cross and headed away at the front post. Back it comes with Elliott in the box. Back to McAllister, who chips it into the box again, and up with a header was Cody Gakpo, but headed it high and wide there. The Dutchman. And really a shock that goal. I mean, it's a simple cross. Elliott with just a nice chipped cross going across the box, and it's Pau Torres. He's looking towards his own byline, and he's kind of trying to shove his shoulder at the ball. And that's what completely wrong foots his own goalkeeper, because he tries to shoulder it back to his keeper, but the keeper's already waiting for the cross to come in and him just to grab it comfortably. And he's measured that, Emi Martinez, that distance. But because it comes off Torres, it takes a wicked deflection back the way, so the keeper's forcing himself backwards, and he kind of doesn't grab the ball well enough, and it kind of he loses his grip, and he then tries to grapple it, which actually pushes it in rather than keeps it out. So really, certainly not kind of a positive start. Certainly not. And one of those moments that would unsettle a goalkeeper. But we know Emi Martinez. He has got elite mentality. He's a World Cup winning goalkeeper, of course. Won that World Cup with Argentina. There world champions. A lovely switch ball by Endo. Out to Luis Diaz on the left-hand side. Liverpool breaking forward again. Diaz chops it back, finds Harvey Elliott on the edge. Now McAllister. Over the top it goes. Elliott trying to target it, but Yuri Tielemans, calm and composed in the box, just chests it back to Emi Martinez, who can grab. And tries to get McGinn on the run. Nice challenge by Alexander-Arnold. McAllister. Elliott. Alexis McAllister. Down the right-hand side is Salah. Salah to McAllister. McAllister at the byline. Low cross this time. Away by Pau Torres. And Digne clears it up the line. Looking for the runner of Ollie Watkins. And Van Dijk has that one covered. And gets it back to his keeper, Alisson. And Van Dijk chests it down in the middle. Calmness there. Personified from the Liverpool captain. Diaz. Of course, Liverpool have had some eventful games here at Villa Park over the years. Certainly since Villa's last promotion to the Premier League. Their first game since their their last promotion was back in 2019. And the first game here was an absolute screamer. That was the season Liverpool won the Premier League. Villa went 1-0 up, and that was the game where Andy Robertson and Sadio Mane scored that incredible late header from a corner in the 94th minute to win the game for Liverpool on that day. That was back in November of 2019. And then, of course, who can forget the 7-2 here? Oh, Salah's in behind, and Martinez getting to it and heading it away. Out for the throw-in. Who can forget the 7-2 back in October of 2020? No one in this stadium to witness it, but that was Ollie Watkins who got a hat-trick that night. Jack Grealish got a couple of goals. John McGinn also on the score sheet, and Ross Barkley on the score sheet that night, combining for 7. Salah scoring 2 for Liverpool on that night. And still, Mo Salah loses 7-2, but still got a brace. Positive night for him, but certainly not for his team. And that still stands as Liverpool's worst defeat under Jurgen Klopp to this point. Van Dijk with the ball over the top. Salah making that run in behind, but well tracked by Torres. But lovely aggression from Elliott. Steals it away from Digne, and still going Elliott, but run into trouble as he got into the 18-yard box and run out of room to pick up the ball. And now here come Villa. McGinn sprays it out to the right-hand side. First touch from Moussa Diaby on the right flank. Diaby takes his man on. Moussa Diaby gets past Gomez looking for the cutback, and there was a cutback there. Leon Bailey. Very, very close indeed. Just see it again. It's Moussa Diaby, and Joe Gomez just gets bypassed a bit. And Trent Alexander-Arnold there. Coming across. It's actually a miss kick from Leon Bailey that completely eradicates it. And Villa were expecting a corner there, but it did miss kick off Leon Bailey, so did go for the goal kick. I was a bit confused myself there until I saw the replay. I wasn't sure what had actually happened. Gomez to Gakpo. Back to Joe Gomez. Of course, Joe Gomez in the side tonight. There was a bit of concern about Andy Robertson, who's been in great form for Liverpool at left back since he returned from injury, but a slight knock sees him out for this one. He missed a couple of days of training this week, so that's what we're hearing is why Andy Robertson is not starting tonight, or not involved tonight. But nothing too serious, according to the Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp. Gakpo. Van Dijk. Back to Cody Gakpo, who's come deep. Trying to feed that ball in behind again, but that one a bit very short. And Torres can chest it down comfortably. Gakpo back on the press. The ball comes back with Martinez. Sprays it out to Digne. Down the line it goes from Luca Digne. Kwanzaa out to chase, and Kwanzaa to clear it up the pitch. Again, that ball headed by Douglas Luiz, and out of play for a Liverpool throw. So 10 minutes gone here at Villa Park. Aston Villa 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool scoring in the second minutes. And Emi Martinez' own goal has Liverpool leading in the early moments. This is a nice ball from the throw-in. Salah beating off his man. Mo Salah into the box it comes. Luis Diaz trying to stretch. Oh, and it's off the post. But the flag was up in any case. I think it was against Gakpo that had the second one. Just see it again. Nice throw in down the right hand side. Salah does well to get past his man. Lays it off to, chips it over the top. Diaz slightly, maybe just offside. And then he kind of acrobatically tries to head it away through Martinez, who got to grapple to it. Then Gakpo hits the post, but the flag goes up. But again, good movement from that Liverpool front three again. And again, Diaby dispossessed. Felt there was a foul. I did it as well, but the referee said no. Simon Hooper. Here comes Ollie Watkins. As Liverpool give the ball away there. Kwanzaa taking on, does Watkins. Watkins gets to the byline, cuts it back, and the shot is in! Youri Tielemans levels the game for Aston Villa. And it's Ollie Watkins' first run down that left-hand side. Liverpool don't deal with a cross, and they all commit into the 6-yard box, and the cutback is lovely. And Youri Tielemans in his stride with a lovely straight strike into the bottom left corner of the Liverpool net. And it's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 1. But it's all from the Liverpool mistake in midfield. They give the ball away, and the space down the left for Ollie Watkins to run. Jarell Kwanzaa chucks it over, but doesn't stop Watkins going down the line. Gets to the byline, Watkins gets past his man, cuts it back, and Youri Tielemans completely free on the edge of the box, running onto it. Levels the game for Aston Villa. It's really nice play by Youri Tielemans, or by Ollie Watkins, and a really good run by Youri Tielemans to know that cutback is coming and to measure that strike perfectly into the bottom left corner. 1-1. And Aston Villa, the Aston Villa manager Unai Emery punching the air in relief and celebration that his side have responded well to going behind. He might be on for a goal fest here tonight. 1-1. Van Dijk. That was Villa's first shot on target. It's the first shot on target of the game, actually. Liverpool haven't had a shot on target yet, which is quite ironic considering they've scored. But that's what own goals are. They don't count as a shot on target, obviously. Kwanzaa to Virgil van Dijk. Up the left, Van Dijk. Now Joe Gomez on the overlap. Heads it down, but taken away from him by Ezri Konsa, but it will be a Liverpool throw. Mindblown says that he hit that from outside the box. No, it was kind of and Ollie Watkins got to the byline, cut it back, but all the Liverpool players, everyone else, had kind of swarmed into the 6-yard box, and Youri Tielemans striding into the 18-yard box, about 16 yards from goal, I would say, 15, 16 yards, that shot. Really clean strike. No one was stopping that one. It was a lovely finish by Youri Tielemans, pure power. We've seen him deliver a couple of those before in his career. Youri Tielemans. Here's Alexander-Arnold. Breaking forward for Liverpool. Finds Salah. Continues his run. Does Alexander-Arnold. But Salah leaves the ball. Chips it to the back post. Joe Gomez heads it down. Or chests it down. And just got away there with a treating Youri Tielemans to clear it for a Liverpool throw. Seems to be a pretty open game so far. 14 and a half minutes. And both sides are getting up the pitch. They're getting into the final third. That's why I have a feeling we're just going to get a good few number of goals. We've 2 goals in space of 12 minutes. And Gomez's ball there. Tried to go for the outside of the right boot, that cross, but completely miscued it there to Joe Gomez, and goes behind for the goal kick to Aston Villa. Ethan's on the same wavelength as me. Aston Villa 3, Liverpool 5. What a game that would be. Well, I think someone last week predicted the Liverpool-Tottenham game was going to be like 4-3 or something, 5-3. I do remember somebody saying really high scoreline last week, and we got a 4-2 game out of that one. Heavy metal football. Jurgen Klopp loves. Doesn't love conceding goals, obviously, but certainly loves an open, frantic, free-flowing, attacking football game. so far, I wouldn't say it's been frantic, but certainly both sides prioritising the attack, shall we say. As Emi Martinez has it at the back here for Villa. It's all about Villa just settling now. They've got back into the game. We're back to square one. That mistake that they committed early in the game, it's been eradicated, and they can now look forward and look to try and lead. Here's Moussa Diaby breaking forward. Found Bailey in the half space and blocked off that time by the retreating Liverpool defender. And it will be Virgil van Dijk that puts it behind for the Villa corner. Drum again, the Villa captain, just having a chat with Simon Hooper. I'm guessing that's because of a few decisions, because a few decisions Villa a bit aggrieved that they didn't get a couple of free kicks earlier in the game for certain challenges, but I'm sure that's been clarified by the referee fairly. As Douglas Luiz with a corner, low one into the box. Liverpool don't get it away. Villa keep it alive. John McGinn now to feed it back in. Taken around by Martinez, but the cross blocked by Van Dijk, and out it comes for another Villa throw on the left-hand side. It was you, Ethan. Your prediction was off by 1 last week. Well, not too far away. Let's hope your predictions stand to pass here tonight, and we get a similar scoreline. It's a lovely touch by Diaz on the counter, but the ball is far too overhit to try and find Salah, and Martinez gathers it comfortably. But really nice move there by Diaz. Got into a nice space, took it down nicely the first time. The really good first touch, but the pass was off and allows Villa to get it back now. McGinn. Here they come down the left hand side with Digne. Back in field to Tielemans. Torres to Carlos. Across to Konsa now. Down the right hand side, Bailey with a lovely flick past Gomez. Hounded there by McAllister, and then Liverpool win it back through Joe Gomez. Endo. Harvey Elliott. Back to Van Dijk. Liverpool have it back through Elliott now. Going to switch it out to Salah. Salah seems to be the real target man for Liverpool in these early moments. Certainly tried to attack down that right hand side a lot more, Liverpool, in the first 10-15 minutes of this game. And that one was a bit short from Elliott, and it ends up with a Villa free kick. Oh, poor pass by Carlos, latched upon by Gakpo. Got the deflection. That's McAllister now finds Salah. They wanted an offside flag there, Villa, but flag stays down. Alexander-Arnold. Van Dijk. Alexander-Arnold. Through the lines to Endo. Now Endo feeds it on to Gakpo. Back to McAllister. Fast movement from Liverpool. Gomez. Diaz. Back infield to Gakpo again. Linking up 1-2. Nice from Gakpo. Taken out there, but really good challenge. They got the ball. And now Bailey's on the break here for Villa. Oh, what a ball through the lines. Here's Ollie Watkins. Blocked by Kwanzaa. And then Van Dijk trying to get it away from Watkins. And Ollie Watkins will win Villa the throw-in on that right-hand side. Lovely ball by Leon Bailey. You just think he's isolated and he cannot find anyone. And that ball chops it back and just feeds it through. And Ollie Watkins with a really nice run across the Liverpool defence. Carries Kwanzaa along with him, and Kwanzaa does well in the end, but to block him off. But really nice vision by Leon Bailey initially. It's Konsa with his throw-in on the right-hand side. Waiting for options. A lot of bodies in and around that area. Goes down the line, Watkins. And he just overstretches that, Ollie Watkins. Felt he was pulled, but the referee and the assistant disagree. It's just a Liverpool throw. Villa Park would love to be the host of Europe's biggest competition. And it looks like Villa are on the verge of that this season. As I said, only another 3 points from their final 2 games is needed to secure that. As another cross into the box, it comes. Bailey! Again, Kwanzaa having to do the defensive work. But the flag was up in any case against Leon Bailey, so it wouldn't have counted. It's really quick movement. Very direct. See it again. It's a move down the right-hand side, and Diaby just one ball into the middle, right across the box, and Bailey involved. Will be a free kick to Liverpool for the offside on Leon Bailey. As Villa give away another throw-in. Digne this time against Salah. Of course, Villa at one point in this season, very early in the season, but they had one of the best home records in the league. I think they'd won all of their first 9 home games of the season here at Villa Park. They went on a tough run in the middle of the season and haven't really recovered from that. They've won 14 home games, sorry, that's Liverpool. They've won 12 home games all season out of 18. So they've won 3 in their last 10, which is not a great record for Aston Villa at home, considering they started with that 100% rate after 9 games. Gakpo to Salah. Salah spraying it across. Diaz with a bit of space on the left. Got the overlap with Joe Gomez. Gomez looking for the goal, and it's in. It's tapped in at the back post by Cody Gakpo. And Liverpool restore their lead. It looked far too easy, but Liverpool are back in front. Aston Villa will have to be asking questions, because that looked like a training exercise for Liverpool. Just to break down the right-hand side. Gakpo, really nice ball out to Salah. Salah just takes it down, calms everything down, switches it out to the left. Diaz completely unmarked. I don't know what anybody's doing. And then Gomez, he looks tight, that. And Gakpo, ooh, very close. We will be watching the lines here for VAR. And we will come back to this in a second. But was the initial pass... Well, Gomez looks to be okay. They're checking for a possible offside on Gakpo, whether he was ahead of the ball. Actually, no, they're going back to Gomez now. That looks tight. I think he might just be on. Looks very tight, that on Joe Gomez. Can't see who the defender is, but there is a defender in line, it looks like, as they're finding the point of contact from Diaz to find the pass to Gomez. They're drawing the lines now. It was almost the Salah with the cross to Diaz. Diaz found the space, and Joe Gomez on the overlap on the outside. Diaz just threads it through to him, and then he squares it across. I think he was going for goal, Gomez. It deflects off Martinez, and Gakpo has a tap in at the back post. But they're just checking the lines. And Jurgen Klopp, this won't be one part of the game that he'll not miss. This anxious wait for a VAR check. The naked eye looks onside, Gomez. It's tight. It's his left boot that's the furthest forward. It looks very, very tight. Is it Pau Torres? I think that might be the player they're drawing the contact on. This is very close. And they're double checking to make sure that all is okay. Remember, at the VAR this evening is Chris Kavanagh. The assistant VAR is Mark Scholes. So they're in the ear of referee Simon Hooper, explaining this as it happens, that they're checking for the offside. And the boo's starting to ring around Villa Park for how long it is taking. Gomez is onside. So that's the first one. They're going to check for a possible offside on the second phase, which is Gomez's cross to Gakpo. If Gakpo's ahead of the ball, he's offside. If he's behind the ball, he's onside. And from the naked eye, it looks like he's just on Cody Gakpo. And the decision is a goal. So Liverpool's lead restored. After a long check, Cody Gakpo's goal is given and ratified by VAR. And Liverpool do retake the lead See it again. It's Salah with a cross. Diaz with a bit of space on the left. He lays it off to an overlapping Joe Gomez. Gomez actually tries to go for goal. It takes a slight deflection off Emi Martinez's hand trying to save it, and it just palms its way towards Cody Gakpo at the back post, making the run in, and a tap in at the back post for the Dutchman to restore Liverpool's lead. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. Certainly, told you it's a goal fest. Neither of the defences will be happy, but that's what happens. Clearance by Torres. Bouncing ball. Kwanzaa has to adjust, and Kwanzaa under pressure. He's deemed to have fouled Leon Bailey in the process. I think that was a bit soft, but the foul has been given, and a free kick goes the way of Aston Villa. Well, 3 goals in and around the halfway mark of this first half. So if we average that out over the game, we're on course for a 12-goal thriller here tonight, by whichever means. And we didn't even get that in the 7-2 here. That was only 9 goals that night. I mean, I don't think it's going to stick with that average, but you never know. It is 2-1 after 25 minutes, so there's a possibility as Gomez breaks down the left again. Has space to run. Konsa, nowhere near him. Gakpo now across to Elliott. Back into the box it comes, an aerial one. And there's a slight pull back there on Ezri Konsa by Gakpo, and that will be a Villa free kick. As Tyrone Mings, we're getting a glimpse of the Villa player who's been out through injury for the majority of this season, if not all of the season actually. Of course, Tyrone Mings. A big miss at the in defence for Villa. Martinez, up the middle it goes. Up for the header was Van Dijk, brought down in the middle. Endo misses his challenge, and nice turn by Bailey. Finds Diaby through the lines, it goes to Leon Bailey. And now in through, behind it goes again to Ollie Watkins on the spin. Couldn't find his man, and Van Dijk to clear it. As there was a few calls for handball in there off of Virgil van Dijk, but I don't think I saw anything wrong with that myself. It looked like it came off Van Dijk's chest. I think that's been quickly checked and cleared by VAR. Ball over the top, Watkins on the run. Ollie Watkins in behind, the flag stays down, but it does go up eventually against him, but Liverpool will play on as they have possession now. Van Dijk. Gomez. Back to Van Dijk. The game is played at a very high tempo here this evening. That's what I like to see. Really good football. Not defensively for either team. I mean, both teams' defences have been pretty lacklustre in these opening 29 minutes, and I'm sure their managers will be very disappointed with how they've defended certain situations. But it's better for us. The more goals, the better. Martinez. Out to Lucadinha. Back to Torres as Liverpool apply their press. Elliott on the charge. Back to Martinez it goes. Now to Carlos, who in the press clearly on there by Luis Diaz, and Diego Carlos closed down there by the Colombian. Villa did get the throw in there. The last touch was off Diaz. That shows the aggressiveness of Liverpool's press. It's a nice ball out, but Alexander-Arnold will beat Lucadinha to that one as Liverpool recover possession. 30 minutes gone at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. The Emi Martinez own goal opened the scoring and gave Liverpool the lead. Yuri Tielemans then levelled things with a nice cutback from Watkins, and Tielemans with a really nice strike in the box. And then the third goal of the evening has come from Cody Gakpo, tapping it at the back post from a Joe Gomez cross. Here's Gakpo, using his body, evades the challenge off Tielemans. Plays it across to Alexander-Arnold. Haven't seen very much of Trent Alexander-Arnold so far in this game. Endo, nice ball down the line, finds Gomez, body's running into the box. The cross took a deflection off Konsa. As Liverpool on the press to try and win the ball back again. Intensity, forcing Villa back into their own box. Konsa, down the line to Diaby. As Diaby goes down the line, trying to find the run of Bailey, but went out of play for a Liverpool throw. Some celeb spotting in the crowd. We saw Tom Hanks earlier. And just behind him, the England manager and the Ipswich manager, Kieran McKenna and Gareth Southgate, in attendance here this evening. Kieran McKenna, who will be bringing his team to this stadium at least next season, and to the other Premier League stadiums, the big stadiums. This is one of the big stadiums in Villa Park. It's a historic ground. There's a lot of history steeped in it. Villa Park for quite a number of years was an FA Cup semi-final venue, of course. Not just that, with Villa's great games here over the years and great successes here at Villa Park. It's been another one of those Premier League grounds steeped in mountains of history. Ball over the top by Tielemans, but Van Dijk there aerially winning that one. As McAllister sprays it out to Diaz. He's instantly doing a bit of firefighting there, Luis Diaz. And McAllister does well to win it back off Konsa. As Endo did enough there, Joe Gomez almost sold him down the river there. And Alisson, the kick's not great. Alexander-Arnold with a poor touch. Liverpool a bit off the boil there. Lovely jink by John McGinn. McGinn had the shot easily blocked by Kwanzaa. And Salah will track back to try and help out, but overstated that touch, and that will be a free kick. John McGinn, foul there by Mo Salah. It's not actually a free kick. It's a throw in to Liverpool, actually. The way Mo Salah reacted, it looked like the referee had given a free kick, but nonetheless, Liverpool throw. I think the referee's allowing a couple of things to go this evening. Not saying that every physical challenge, every physical battle is a foul, which I like to see from referees. You like to see them let the game run, although that type of challenge is not particularly one that's let go by Luis Diaz there on Lucadinha. It will be a Villa free kick on the halfway line. 33 minutes gone. Aston Villa, since their return to the top flight back in 2019, they've beaten Liverpool on two occasions, both here at Villa Park. Once in the Premier League and once in the League Cup, when Liverpool were off playing in the Club World Cup back in December of 2019 and winning that Club World Cup trophy. They put out their youth team, Liverpool, in that League Cup quarter-final tie against Aston Villa, in which Villa won 5-0 on that night. And after that, of course, the 7-2 is Villa's only victory in the Premier League against Liverpool in recent years. Liverpool have won multiple times, 2-1 here, 2-0 at Anfield in July 2020, 2-1 at Anfield, 1-0 at Anfield, 2-1 here, 3-1 here, 1-1 at Anfield, and then the 3-0 is their biggest victory over Villa since their return to the top flight in 2019, and that was at Anfield earlier this season. John McGinn with a free kick, right-hand side for Aston Villa. Trying to whip that ball in. Liverpool not the most convincing from set pieces defensively. See how they deal with this one. McGinn, left-footed delivery into the box. It comes up for the header. Was Torres, but couldn't direct it anywhere, and Liverpool still not able to clear it away as Gomez does scramble it a bit. And the ball in behind. Now Leon Bailey's beating the team. Oh! How's it gone all the way through? How did it not go in? I think it was Diego Carlos that got the last touch. It's a nice ball by Konsa, and Bailey beats the Liverpool defence. And my goodness me, Diego Carlos with the most minimal of touches completely takes it away from Ollie Watkins at the back post, and it goes well wide of the goal. That is a golden opportunity for both both Villa players there. Liverpool were beaten, and somehow it did not go in. My goodness me. Diaz with a nice touch down again. McAllister with a back heel. Gomez wasn't on the same page as him there. Liverpool lost it, but they've tried to push to win it back, and Luis Diaz overcommitting in that challenge. Once again, it's another free kick to Aston Villa. The referee just going to have a chat with Luis Diaz. It's 1 or 2 times that he's committed a foul. It's Ezri Konsa this time. That's the one that's been fouled. Yeah, it's just a slight bit late from Diaz. He does step on the foot of Konsa. It's a foul, but I don't think there's anything much more in that than just a free kick. Diaz did apologise right away, to be fair, but it's not the point. Heavy touch there by McGinn. Rare heavy touch. Endo pouncing upon that. Wins it back for Liverpool. Elliott. Alexander-Arnold in between the lines. Intricate football there from Liverpool. Not forward, but quick passing in those tight spaces. Of course, Villa so compact, so controlled in that middle area. It's so hard to find the gaps, but Liverpool have done well there again. Diaz. Elliott. Back to Endo. Elliott again. And McAllister. Very fluid midfield from Liverpool tonight, as they've played through the lines again. Heavy touch by Gakpo, but he does feed it round. And lovely from Alexander-Arnold. Now McAllister with a shot blocked. Elliott will pick it back up. Better from Liverpool. Elliott within the box. Cleared away. Chip ball. Now Watkins battled upon by Endo. Watkins did well to hold off that challenge. And McGinn pulled and hauled that there, and that is a foul. Although Jurgen Klopp quite frustrated. There's a yellow card coming out as well. And it's going to be Harvey Elliott that's going to get the booking. He kicks the ball away. That's why he got the yellow card. Harvey Elliott. So, second yellow card of the season. Remember, of course, Jurgen Klopp very animated on the sidelines, as always. That's what's the best part of what we love to see from the Liverpool manager. He's so animated, so kind of emotional on the sidelines. It's great to watch. But he has to watch himself tonight, because if he does get a yellow card, Jurgen Klopp, he will miss the final day, because he will have a touchline ban if he does get a yellow card. Here this evening, Konsa through the lines. Tielemans now. Bailey couldn't thread it through. Blocked off by Gomez, who can clear it away for Liverpool. Get Mo Salah on the ball. Not had many touches in the last couple of minutes, Mo Salah. Not many more touches there as he loses out. McGinn. Louise, the Villa fans getting up for this. It's now Watkins down the left-hand side. Liverpool have lots of bodies back. That's what forces Aston Villa back. Here's Torres down the left-hand side again. Here's Digne to Luis. Back to Luca Digne. Back it comes to Pau Torres. To Yuri Tielemans. And now Konsa. Down the right flank to Bailey. Back to Ezri Konsa. And Carlos with the ball over the top. Down the left-hand side. Look at Digne. The target. Find the ball. And Alexander-Arnold. Over to cover. Does get a block on the ball. And will give Villa the corner. You actually tried to argue against that there, Alexander-Arnold. And John McGinn's again complaining to the referee, and the referee, Simon Hooper's just had enough. He's just called him over for a chat here. Yeah, there is a late challenge on McGinn a bit earlier in the... about a moment or two ago. Corner taken short by Villa. That's what he was complaining about. The referee said no. As Dina with a cross in. Brought down by Consa. Headed away by Endo. Back it comes to Torres, and Elliott up for the challenge. Beaten to him by Louise, and then Kwanzaa with a header at the back, and Elliott, or McAllister, sorry, held there by Douglas Louise, and that'll be a Liverpool free kick. Well, don't forget, it's not just the end of the road. If Villa don't qualify for Champions League tonight through victory in this game, they will have the chance to see it happen tomorrow night as Tottenham take on Manchester City. If City win tomorrow and Tottenham fail to pick up any points from that game, Villa will be unopposed for top 4, and they will qualify for the Champions League, meaning that Spurs will only have 3 points left to play for, with 4 points behind Aston Villa. If both teams lose, that Villa and Tottenham, that will qualify Villa for the Champions League. But they want to do it here tonight, of course. Of course, the ramifications for Man City, of course. They don't want to drop points. Any drop points for City in one of their last 2 games would mean it will benefit Arsenal for the title on the final day. 2 wins and City win the league. Alexander-Arnold with a shot from distance, and for a second it looked like it was fine in the net, but it just went wide of the right post in the last second. Kind of shot with it. Just curled away from goal at the last second against Trent Alexander-Arnold there. And it goes behind for the goal kick. There, Gary Shaw, one of the European Cup winners at Aston Villa, in the crowd tonight. They would love to be back in that competition. They're almost through. Here's Mr. Diaby! Oh, it's over the bar. Not a great finish at all by Diaby. Saw his name in lights there and kind of panicked. Liverpool a bit too casual at the back there. Poor ball by Alexander-Arnold. Just a bit short. And he nicked away from him. And Moussa Diaby, the run through the middle, the ball. And he just completely skies the shot. Alisson was almost called into action, but in the end, Moussa Diaby did the job for him and put it over the bar. A couple of those passes for Liverpool just a bit wayward at the moment. McAllister, Diaz, and now Gomez. This is a Liverpool player down. I think it was Gakpo down there. He's back to his feet. He's okay to continue. He's feeling it a bit there though. Kwanzaa to Van Dijk. Now Gomez. McAllister around the corner to Diaz. And Diaz hits it off Bailey and gets the throw in for Liverpool. The last 90 seconds of the first 45 here at Villa Park. This Monday night. Final Monday night game of the season. Diaby with a nice run. On the ball back, McGinn. Knew that the runner was coming behind him, and Diaz on the press against Douglas Luiz, and Douglas Luiz ends up on the floor. And it's another free kick to Aston Villa. Another one committed by Luis Diaz. Got to watch himself there, Diaz. Couple of fouls tonight. A couple of those niggly ones, really. That can be avoided. A free kick then for Aston Villa. A decent distance. Probably a decent distance for the Liverpool defence, but we'll see how they deal with it. It's about 34 yards. 34 yards. Just a bit left of the centre of the goal. It's taken short by Douglas Luiz. Round the corner it comes, and Gomez trying to battle it. Didn't block it off the first time. Tielemans recycles it, but Villa have made an absolute mess of that free kick, and now Liverpool have the advantage on the break here. Here's Luis Diaz. Salah's through the middle. Diaz round the corner. Salah dragged a bit wide. Salah still in the box. Trying to get the ball back. Diaz would be offside, surely. And he is. And Villa make a mess up with the free kick at the other end. And Liverpool kind of mess up the counter-attack at the opposing end. 5 added minutes at the end of the first half then. So still a bit to go before the break. After that long VAR check for that Liverpool second goal. Nice from Luis Diaz, but a nice run, but The pass is just a bit wayward. It carries Mo Salah wide, takes the real pace out of the counter-attack, and then Salah does his best to try and recover it, and Diaz was offside, which ended up seeing the free kick for Aston Villa being given. Villa really made a real mess up with the free kick initially. I mean, Douglas Luiz tried to go wide, and then they tried to come back on it, and they tried to square it across, and they just completely messed it all up. I mean, he would have just been better just putting the ball into the box and seeing what can happen. I mean, a very kind of vocal person. Oh, Diaby, what a touch! Looking for the flick on, tried to go for the absolute star strike there, or the star pass, but couldn't find the pass off to Bailey, and that's again broken down. A bit too kind of superstar Hollywood in the final third at the moment. Aston Villa trying to go for the absolute screamer. Need to just relax, because they've had chances. Salah, Alexander-Arnold, eyeing up a pass, whipping the ball across, but that one's neither here nor there, and Emi Martinez can gather for Aston Villa. As up the ball comes from Douglas Luiz, trying to fade out to the right-hand side. And it will just bounce out for a throw into Liverpool. And there's an issue here for John McGinn. He's gone down. So there is a stoppage here for the moment. It's not an easy one for John McGinn. It looks like it's his ribs area, his torso, where he's feeling it the hardest. So while we do have the stoppage, just remind you of what's coming up then. Tottenham, as I said, will face Manchester City tomorrow. Tottenham can put the pressure on Villa. If they lose tonight, Tottenham win tomorrow, or even get a point tomorrow, they can keep it the top 4 race going till the final day. City, the title race will go to the final day no matter what, but a droppage of points for City tomorrow night, a loss or a draw would give advantage Arsenal for the final day on Sunday, but a win for City would see them in pole position to lift the title on Sunday for the 4th successive time. That's tomorrow at 8. Before we watch Man United at Newcastle at Old Trafford on Wednesday night, both sides going for European football, and they will face each other on Wednesday night before we have the final day action here on LFS on Sunday. 4 o'clock kickoffs live at 3:30 here on LFS for all 10 live Premier League games on the final day. And we'll tell you which game is our key focus on the final day as and when we can for you. I mean, I'd take a wild guess. It's either going to be at the Emirates or at the Etihad, so whichever tickles your fancy. We will, of course, be informing you of that as soon as we possibly can. Kwanzaa. Back to Alisson. Last minute or so of this first half. There's about 3.5 of the first 5, or the 5 out of minutes gone. So there's about over a minute to go. Here's Torres. To Carlos. Out wide it comes to Konsa. Closely marked by Luis Diaz, and Esri Konsa forced backwards. Comes back across to Tielemans, and Tielemans back to Torres. As John McGinn, at the moment, I actually don't know, is he on the pitch? He is. He's out on the left-hand flank there. John McGinn. Certainly had quite a number of shots in this first half. 14 to be exact. 8 for Villa, 6 for Liverpool. So certainly both sides showing attacks, and they're attacking quality tonight so far. Ball over the top there, and Virgil van Dijk, sorry, tracking back, and Gomez helping out there to win the ball back for Liverpool from that Villa long ball. Endo through the lines to Elliott. Liverpool maybe one last attack of this first half. Elliott's got bodies running forward, tries to find Gakpo. Gakpo chips it across, looking for Salah, but under hit that one from Gakpo, and McGinn can carry it away, but Gakpo does well to win it back. Last couple of seconds of the half, McAllister looked the eye up one there. Elliott, and he's just miscontrolled it there, Harvey Elliott, and given it away as we're past the 5 out of minutes. Maybe with that John McGinn issue, maybe an extra 20 seconds, 30 seconds maybe on to the end of this half. McGinn, a pass blocked off by Kwanzaa. Endo now as Liverpool come up the other end. Salah through the lines it goes. Gakpo Up over the top, Alexander-Arnold. Salah over the bar. Skied it there. But the flag was up in any case against Mo Salah. It was Alexander-Arnold that was off. Never got himself back onside. He'd never. Miles offside there. And that's the half-time whistle. So half-time. Both sides have had major chances where they could have had more goals in this first half. But at the moment, we have to settle for this. 3 goals in the first half. Neither defence on top. Lots and lots of chances being created. And a couple of goals to boot as well. Half-time at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa 1. Liverpool 2.
Messi, I'll put you in a grid 6 feet like Kenny.
You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
Catch me if I fall.
Welcome back to Premier League Live, half-time at Villa Park. It is Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2 at the break, and we have a 12-minute time slot to fill here at half-time. We've already seen all of the penultimate weekend results from the Premier League, bar this one tonight, of course. 9 results from the other 9 games in the Premier League on match day 37, and some exciting results as well in that run, and you can see them all there in front of you. We've had a very exciting last weekend, and we're into the final 5-6 days of the season on the Premier League. Of course, the season comes to an end this Sunday afternoon. You can watch it here live on LFS from 3:30 on Sunday, and it's going to be an absolute fantastic day. Some big storylines from this weekend, of course. Some good news in terms of managers, some departing managers, of course. We saw earlier today Antonio Iraola, the Bournemouth manager, extending his contract at the club to 2026. Of course, so he is staying at Bournemouth, who's done an incredible job, on course for their record points finish in the Premier League. Bournemouth, which is a wonderful job for Antonio Iraola. If they win on the final day, that is, they will get that. And a record points total as well, and wins total as well for Bournemouth. If they can do that, that will be great for them. Also the departing managers, of course. West Ham losing David Moyes. They had their final home game of the season this weekend. David Moyes' final home game in charge of West Ham United. Of course, the announcement that he's leaving the club and Julian Lopetegui is coming in to replace him this summer. Of course, Moyes feels that he's taken them as far as they can get. I mean, some job he's done, incredible. You know, when David Moyes came into West Ham, they were on the brink of relegation. They were one of the worst teams in the league, and he's turned them into this really dogged, really hard-fought European side that has won a European trophy, albeit the Europa Conference League, but a European trophy. That's still prestigious of a European competition, and a great competition to win with West Ham United, and credit to David Moyes, who's done a wonderful job over the last couple of years at West Ham United. I think he's 5 years he's been in charge of West Ham United in that era, coming to an end at the end of this season. Just to confirm, yes, it is December 2019. He has been West Ham manager. 103 wins in 229 games as West Ham United manager. Wonderful job. And of course, Liverpool losing Jurgen Klopp this summer, of course. That is the end of an era. Actually, currently, the Premier League's longest serving manager, of course, Jurgen Klopp, has been at the Liverpool the longest out of any other manager in the Premier League, of course. So it will of course have been 9 years in October of this year, but of course not getting to that point. Jurgen Klopp joined in October of 2015, has won over 300 games as Liverpool manager in 487 matches in charge of the club. Incredible feat for the Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, who's leaving in the summer. Right, so that is where we're ending this season, but let's just run you through those results quickly from the weekend. City winning 4-0 away at Fulham. Brentford leaving it late against Bournemouth to get a 2-1 victory. Everton, their 5th successive home win, and all keeping clean sheets in all 5 of those games. 1-0 winners against Sheffield United. Newcastle and Brighton could only share the points, a 1-1 draw, the only draw up to of the weekend up to this point. Tottenham, 2-1 winners against Burnley. Burnley led that game, but Tottenham winning relegated Burnley on Saturday. West Ham winning 3-1 against Luton in David Moyes' final home game in charge. Luton actually led that game, and if Luton had got a win there, that would have been huge for Luton in their safety success. They're not relegated yet, but it's all but relegation for Luton Town, and the 3 that came up at the start of the season will be the 3 going straight back down. Wolves 3-1 defeat at home to Crystal Palace in their final home game of the season. Palace, incredible run of form to the end of the season. They don't want the season to end. Crystal Palace, 6 games unbeaten under Oliver Glasner now. That's 5 wins of their last 6. That's 16 points from the last 18 available. Chelsea, they left it late against Nottingham Forest. Forest could have secured safety and relegated Luton on Saturday evening if they had picked up at least a point against Chelsea. They were actually winning 2-1 at one point in that game at Chelsea, getting the 3 points to keep their hopes of European football alive. And Arsenal damaging Man United's hopes of European football, whilst also maintaining the battle with Manchester City for the Premier League title with their 1-0 victory against Manchester United last night. Leandro Trossard's goal, the difference between the two there. And it was only Arsenal's 3rd win at Old Trafford in the Premier League since 2006. Incredible stuff. And at half-time here at Villa Park, it's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2 at the break. Let's just run you through the first half stats then of this game, because it's been very open, very attacking focused. Neither defences have really been up to scratch so far, and that's what we like to see. From our point of view, more goals the better. Liverpool edging the possession, 58% to Villa's 42%. Liverpool actually having less shots in the game overall. Villa 8 shots to Liverpool 6. Liverpool more shots on target though, 2 for Villa's 1. So they are shooting, but they're not testing either goalkeeper much. And every time they've tested their goalkeepers, more often than not, it's went in to the back of their nets. 2 corners for Villa, 1 for Liverpool. Villa have had 2 big chances, which they've missed both of. Liverpool having just the 1 big chance, and they scored it. And passing-wise, Liverpool having more passes, 306 passes, to Villa's 224. 90% passing accuracy from Liverpool, 86% for Aston Villa. So the passing accuracy is quite high, which is making for a very exciting attacking game so far. And that's where we stand at half-time. Villa behind, knowing that if they win this evening, they can secure Champions League football for next season tonight. 3 points would be only enough to do that. Of course, it will take them to 70 points, and it would take them a good number of points ahead of Spurs. 7 points ahead of Spurs, which would mean Spurs won't be able to catch them, because Spurs can only get to 69. But that would only be a win for Villa tonight. Liverpool win tonight. It gives Tottenham a bit more to play for tomorrow night, keeps their hopes of top 4 alive. But of course, they play City tomorrow, so the chances of winning are massively decreased. But you never know. And Aston Villa, if Spurs lose tomorrow night, can qualify for the Champions League tomorrow night if Spurs lose. And they lose tonight, that is, of course. But Spurs can keep it going to the final day if Villa lose. Spurs get a point at least out of tomorrow's game. Spurs can keep it going to the final day. That will be some exciting final day action for you. Let's just quickly run you through the final day lineup for you just before we head to a quick break here. So we know the title race is going to the final day. Arsenal will face Everton on the final day at the Emirates. So both title chasers at home on the final day, which is ideal. Arsenal at home at the Emirates and City at the Etihad. They face West Ham, Manchester City, on the final day. Brentford take on Newcastle. Newcastle still hoping for European football. They head to Brentford on the final day. Man United have a tough game away at Brighton on the final day. Man United still hoping for European football. Burnley against Forest. Forest all but secured in safety of Premier League football next season. Burnley already down this season. Chelsea still hopes for European football. They face Bournemouth. Crystal Palace take on Aston Villa. Villa, if it does go down in the final day, they'll have a trip to Sellers Park. Unbeaten in the last 6, Crystal Palace, to try and secure Champions League football. If they lose their last 2 games, Villa, there is a realistic chance for Spurs, but that's a long way out just for now. Liverpool in their final game of the season at home at Anfield against Wolves in Jurgen Klopp's final game in charge. That's on Sunday. Luton take on Fulham. Fulham not in for Europe, but another good points tally for them could be. Not a top half finish either, which will be a disappointment for Fulham. And they take on Luton at Kenilworth Road. Kenilworth Road's final Premier League game of the season. It will be their final game of the season in the Premier League for at least another year, I'm guessing. I would suspect. And the final game on our list for the final day, Tottenham away at Sheffield United. Sheffield United already relegated, of course. Bramall Lane, they broke a record at the weekend, Sheffield United as well. The most goals ever conceded in a Premier League season. 38 games, or 42 games, that is. 101 they have now, and they'll have to defend resolutely against Spurs at the weekend to secure that doesn't get any worse than that for Chris Wilder's team. Tottenham, of course, if it does go down in the final day, Tottenham and Villa both away from home on the final game of the season. So tough indeed. Right, that is our roundup. I waffled for a good 10 minutes, and it's time to go to a break before we get back on the way for the second half at Villa Park. It's where it's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. Second half on the way next.
I'll put you in a grid 6 feet like Kenny.
You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
Catch me if I fall.
Welcome back to Premier League Live. Half-time at Villa Park is Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 2. At the break, Liverpool leading very narrowly in that game. But another one coming up for you tomorrow night. And of course a lot more on the line for these two clubs as well. Tomorrow night, Tottenham take on Manchester City. City win tomorrow, it's in their hands going into the final day. If they drop any sort of points, Manchester City, it's in Arsenal's hands on the final day. Tottenham, all the talk today about whether Tottenham want to lose to make sure the title doesn't go to Arsenal, but Ange Postecoglou certainly not giving that any moment of breathing room at this moment in time. Tottenham against Manchester City tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And if Villa lose tonight, Tottenham can put pressure on them ahead of the final day if they get anything out of that game. Second half from Villa Park on the way next. Welcome back, ready for the second half at Villa Park. We're ready to go. Villa have got us ready. All 22 players back on the pitch. Villa attacking the whole end at the second half, as always. Or as they would always like to be, and they're underway. For the second 45, we had a very attacking focused first half. I'm sure both managers would love a much more solid defensive performance. In the second 45, and I'm sure they've given their team a couple of tips on how to do that for the second half here, but no doubt that both teams would still want to attack. Villa losing at the moment, kind of still have to try and attack to get something out of the game. Liverpool do have the lead, and Liverpool, of course, as we know under Jurgen Klopp, no matter what position they're in, they're never going to stop trying to attack and try and score goals. Even when they were 4-2 up against Spurs and looked in a difficult position towards the end of that game, they were still trying to go for a fifth goal, Liverpool. So their first instinct was to attack this Liverpool side, but here's John McGinn down the left-hand side for Villa, trying to cross it into the box, and Van Dijk battling out there with Bailey. Bailey does hold on to the ball as Liverpool trying to throw challenge in. Endo did get there but couldn't keep the possession. Luis, and now the cross into the box from McGinn is a bit tame and easily caught by the Liverpool keeper Alisson. Here's Elliott to carry Liverpool away. Gomez down the left. Striding forward, Joe Gomez. Plays it out to Diaz. Gomez, of course, still hasn't ever scored a goal for Liverpool. Joe Gomez in 9 years at the club. Still without his first goal. Of course, he did actually come close. That second goal for Liverpool tonight was actually Joe Gomez trying to go for goal, and it just came off the keeper's hand and tapped in by Cody Gakpo. But I think, I said it at the time, I think Joe Gomez was actually trying to score and not trying to assist. And he got a bit lucky there, did the Liverpool man. But Gakpo was there to tap it in, and that's what the best strikers do. As Gakpo taken out there, will be a Liverpool free kick inside the Villa half. And Liverpool were quick to give away a couple of free kicks in that first half, a few niggly ones. And Villa getting the benefit of those. Not able to do very much with them though in that first half, which you would have to say would be a disappointing factor for Villa. From their perspective, the fact that they couldn't take advantage of set pieces. And we know what Liverpool can do from them. Haven't been at their top best this season from set pieces, but still a major threat. Elliott and Alexander-Arnold over it. Harvey Elliott, left-footed delivery into the box. Quansah up for the header. Quansah's in. Jarell Quansah, the youngster at the back. He's deputising for Ibrahima Konate, but he's on the score sheet and he's doing the business at the back, just like his mature mentor in Virgil van Dijk. Jarell Quansah with a leaping header, loop to the back post and off the inside of the post and into the back of the net. Lovely delivery by Harvey Elliott. Quansah's well onside and he just heads it to the back post. That's a lovely header. And it's a nice finish, a nice delivery, nice all round. And Liverpool, at the start of the second half, take an extra lead and double their lead. It's Liverpool 3, Aston Villa 1. Maybe a bit of commentator's curse there. Just talked about how Villa didn't really benefit from set pieces in the first half, and I said how Liverpool can be threatening from them. I'm sure Villa fans won't be particularly happy that I made that point, but nonetheless, They are threatening from set pieces, Liverpool. There's no doubt about that. Jarell Quansah, 21. Of course, came into this as his first real senior season at centre-back for Liverpool, and he's absolutely burst his way in. He's put in major performances in big away stadiums and tough away stadiums for Liverpool this season. This one being one of them in Villa Park, where a place where Liverpool have really struggled in the past. And he's really stepped up to the mark. You know, you can talk about a young player being under pressure, especially at centre-back. Such a very highly scrutinised position in a team. And with his first Premier League goal, I'm sure there'll be many more. If he's learning from Virgil van Dijk on that front, not only his defending, but he's learning from his heading to find the back of the net, I'm sure there'll be more on that roster for Jarell Quansah. And he gets his first Premier League goal at Villa Park. And another one of those youngsters that Jurgen Klopp has given a chance to. And Jarell Quansah has repaid Jurgen Klopp in abundance with his quality and his performances since coming into the side. And that will be another part of Jurgen Klopp's kind of era at Liverpool that will be remembered. The opportunities he's given for young players. He's always given room for young players to thrive in the Liverpool team, even when they're at their worst. And even when they're not performing to anywhere near their heights, he's not afraid to put a young player on, to test them, to give them an opportunity. And that's what the best managers do. They find the next best star. They find the next best player in the side. And Liverpool's academy has done a great job in helping Jurgen Klopp with doing that. But Jurgen Klopp's the man who's given them the opportunities and taken the punt on them. I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold, the best example of that. Came into the side for the Champions League season back in 2017-18 season, I believe it was, and he scored that amazing free kick in the Champions League. Alexander-Arnold, and didn't look back from there, but it was an injury that actually got him his opportunity. Nathaniel Klein, who was injured at the time, and it gave Alexander-Arnold the opportunity. But that's where it's coming from, that Jurgen Klopp, when he does have issues, Villa in the behind here, chance on goal, Leon Bailey overstepped it. Watkins, pretty poor goal defensively there, but it's lovely finish by Ollie Watkins. And Villa eradicate Liverpool's 2-goal lead just as soon as Liverpool got it. And with a long way to go, it's Aston Villa 2, Liverpool 3. Although, there's an offside check maybe. Alexander-Arnold maybe could have played him on. There is a check here though. So VAR are making sure. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold's the last man for Liverpool. It's whether he's playing the Leon Bailey, I think it is, on the opposite side, whether he's playing him on or not. It's very tight. Watkins is well offside, but he doesn't get involved in the play for quite a bit yet. That looks tight as all tight can be. It might just be onside, Leon Bailey, I think. From what I can see there, it's tough to tell because they're both leaning forward. It's really tough to tell from that angle. Told you there was a goal fest coming. VAR checking this offside then. Drawing the lines, Chris Kavanagh. And the lines reveal. Well, he's still drawing them. Goodness me. The lines reveal that Leon Bailey is just offside. So the goal will not count. Bailey just an inch or so offside, not a yard, certainly not a yard, but very minimally offside. This crowd are going to go nuts in anger and in frustration. It's the correct decision, but it's not going to be happily welcomed. And the goal will not stand. Offside the decision. And that second goal for Aston Villa ruled out. Leon Bailey, just the narrowest of offsides. It's as narrow can be. Liverpool getting away with one there. You'd have to say that, and Leon Bailey's incensed at the decision, but it is the correct decision. And Liverpool need to be a bit wary there. Oh, Alisson! What's he done there? Oh, he's missed it again! Oh, how did they not finish that, Villa? Goodness me! What was that? Aston Villa missed another golden opportunity. I mean, what are these players on? What's going on? Allison takes a touch and what's that? He gets himself in an absolute muddle there, does the Liverpool keeper. He tries to kick it past Ollie Watkins. He kicks it into him. Diaby brings it down and they're all shouting at each other there, the Villa players, because none of them put it in the net. And how they haven't got another goal, Villa, is beyond me. Wow. They have missed golden opportunity after golden opportunity. And Liverpool are riding their luck. They talk about how they've had some bad luck this season. Liverpool, well, tonight, they're bouncing it all the way back to even it out because they've had massive opportunities they've given away. And Villa just haven't been able to capitalise upon them. And Liverpool should count their lucky stars that they haven't conceded just more than one goal tonight. But certainly for Villa, there's still more than enough time to finish off chances because Liverpool at the moment are giving them. They're gifting Villa opportunities at the back, and Liverpool just not comfortable at the moment. I'm sure Jurgen Klopp's certainly not happy with what his side are showing at the moment in terms of a defensive point of view. Well, the last time Liverpool scored more than 3 goals at Villa Park, they have scored 3 goals. That was back in December 2022 when they won 3-1 here. But the last time they scored more than 3 goals, that was in an FA Cup victory back in January 2021. That was a 4-1 victory that night. But the last time they scored 3 or more in the Premier League was when they won 6-0 back in February 2016. That season, Villa got relegated. Goals from Daniel Sturridge. Listen to this. Daniel Sturridge, James Milner, Emre Can, Divock Origi, Nathaniel Klein and Kolo Toure. 6 different scorers and not a single one of them at the Liverpool team. I mean, I'm not surprised. It was 8 years ago, but that was the last time Liverpool scored more than 3 goals at Villa Park in the Premier League. It's a very niche stat, but it is the stat that is relevant at this point because Liverpool have scored 3. And with time to go, you wouldn't put it out of the question that they might could score another. Here's Endo trying to chip it into the box, but no one running in there that time. Was there Liverpool players claiming a back pass, but there's nothing in that. That's a good challenge. Good anticipation by Endo, though. He doesn't take it down, and Douglas Luiz will have it back. Endo pushing up here for Liverpool. The defensive midfielder, Wataru Endo. At one point there was their furthest forward player, Liverpool. Martinez out to the right hand side looking for Konsa. And Joe Gomez kind of put him off there as he Konsa, and he headed it out for the Liverpool throw. And Tom Hanks here this evening, a big Villa fan, said that he was spotted earlier, and he's just seen another shot of Tom Hanks there. At the moment he won't be happy with what his side what the scoreline is for his side tonight. Still a long way to go. Endo. Alexander-Arnold. Kwanzaa. Down the right it comes. Salah. Has been a bit quieter recently, Mo Salah. That right-hand side for Liverpool, I mean, they absolutely tore Tottenham apart at Anfield last Sunday. So far, they've not really massively gotten themselves in control in this game down that right-hand side. And it's where Liverpool have targeted, but Villa have shielded them off the ball quite a bit this evening. It's more the left-hand side where Liverpool have had the most joy. As the ball in behind here for Luis Diaz. Look at the runners. Luis Diaz squares it across. And it's in. But the flag is up, as I was expecting, because it looked like Luis Diaz was offside. There was 4 players forward there for Liverpool, and there was 2 of them fighting for the ball, Elliott and Salah. Ooh, that's tight. That's a tight one again. Who's that at the far side? I couldn't see. There was a Villa player at the far side. And VAR checking this one. And that looks tight. I think he might just be off there, Luis Diaz. It does look just offside. But VAR, this is their third involvement of the evening. They've given a goal, and they've taken one away. What's next on their agenda? What's the next decision? They've given Liverpool a goal and taken Villa a one away from Villa. And the lines are coming out again for Chris Kavanagh. Another tight decision. I think this might just be offside on Luis Diaz, I think. I mean, I've a 100% record so far. Or have I? No, I said the Leon Bailey one was onside. No, that was offside. The decision stands, so offside is the decision, so no fourth goal for Liverpool there. And just as I suspected, Luis Diaz was just offside. Here's John McGinn. Down the left for Villa, looking to respond quickly. Cross into the box, it's deep. Brought down by Bailey. John McGinn, I think, went down off the ball. Bailey keeps the run on. Liverpool trying to shield him away, but that's a lovely reverse ball. Finds Ezri Konsa. 60 minutes gone. Liverpool 3-1 ahead here, and McAllister rescues it off Diaby for the corner. And Simon Hooper, the referee, again being hounded by John McGinn, the Villa captain, and I think the referee's had enough. What's he calling for? I mean, there's nothing in that. It's just a collision with Wataru Endo. I mean, Endo has the right to go for the ball. But John McGinn, of course, making the case as he would. But the referee, I think, is getting a bit fed up with that. Corner on the right-hand side for Villa. They've got the short option out there. Whether they're going to whip it in or not, we'll see. For the moment, it will be whipped in, left-footed, cleared away by Endo at the front post. Tielemans brings it down in the middle. Elliott nicks it away, but it will bounce into the path of Diaby, who can cut it back as Diaz on the press. Martinez forced long. And that will bounce down for Jarell Kwanzaa to head back to his keeper, Allison. Alexander-Arnold into this half space, finds Endo. Look at that ball. Nice ball by Diaz, taken down nicely. Up against Ezri Konsa. Konsa out on the left-hand side, defending Luis Diaz. Still going Diaz, gets to the byline, look for the cutback. Gakpo with a heavy touch. Lets him down and trying to battle for it back, but Villa composed at the back, and Konsa finds Bailey. And now Bailey beats the press. And that's fantastic from Diaby to get past two. He has to go backwards with it, though. That's the benefits of Aston Villa. That system, you know, we talked about playing out from the back, and it's been one of probably the most talked about system this season, because it's the most used system in the Premier League. Teams playing out from the back, from their defence. And there's massive positives. There's also massive negatives. It's a very contextualised and very kind of unique play in moments, because in some moments it's fantastic when it works, in some moments it's not. I'll talk about that in a moment, because Luis Diaz is in on goal again. Diaz down the left-hand side, cuts it back. McAllister shoots, blocked. That's a bit wasteful, that, from Alexis McAllister, and there's a hold up there on Diaby, which will give Villa the free kick. As I was saying, playing it from the back, massive positives, but also massive negatives. And Aston Villa have been playing it from the back, so whether it has rewarded them or it has gone against them, but they've stayed consistent to their true selves and the football they want to play. And I think playing out from pressured situations is something you become used to when you play that system, because teams are always going to try and press you, and it's almost always the aim for Villa to entice the team onto them and find the space as they kick it forward and beat the press and find those gaps and have the overload. That's the Villa way that we've seen this season under Unai Emery, and in those high pressured moments, that's what benefits you. You're under pressure, you can play out and be calm in the final third. And all the talk about the negatives, or what happens if you don't pass it right, or what happens if you panic. Well, if you panic, the system's not going to work. It's all based on composure and being calm and knowing where your player is. That's what Man City have been doing for so long, and they've been so successful with it. Liverpool do it, all the top teams do it, and majority of all the teams in the Premier League are now trying to do it. You even see some of the smaller teams. I mean, Burnley have been doing it this season and they've been relegated. As Salah felt he was fouled, the referee agrees and gives Liverpool the free kick. But again, the Villa fans not particularly happy with that decision. Substitution incoming for Aston Villa then. Yuri Tielemans is going to make way, and Nicolo Zaniolo is going to be coming on, so an extra attacker. Try and throw a bit more at this now for Villa. They have to just go and commit an extra body up front if they want to try and win this now. Winning it would see them secure Champions League qualification tonight. Anything other than that, and it will go down to the final day for that decision to be found. As Alexander-Arnold's ball in behind, tried to get past Diego Carlos, but Diego Carlos headed it back to his keeper quite comfortably there. Diaz was the man pressing. Digne, nice ball down the left. Van Dijk coming across again. Diaby dragged out to the left-hand side. Van Dijk still in and around there. Diaby back to Luis. Now McGinn. Liverpool getting back into their deep shape. All 11 players behind the ball there from Liverpool. And Alexander-Arnold stopping the pass to Digne by heading it out for the throw. 25 minutes to go at Villa Park. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3. Elliott flicks it forward to get it away from goal, and Liverpool will try and counter-press now. Diego Carlos. McGinn. Again, challenged that time, John McGinn, by McAllister, and it is a free kick to Aston Villa. And the home crowd, certainly hearing their, you can hear their voices. They're really trying to get their team going and to give them one last push, one last hope. They will get, well, they will believe that they can get European football, especially Champions League for next season. They win, they'll get it tonight. Anything else, and they will be going to the final day away at Crystal Palace to do so. Of course, it could come for him tomorrow night, but these Villa fans staying with their side and trying to get them over the line. Their final home game of the season, of course. They'll not see Villa back here until at least August in the Premier League, obviously, when the Premier League gets back underway in August, obviously. Here's Watkins. Now Diaby. Bodies forward here for Villa. Diaby making the run, and the shot hit the side netting from Moussa Diaby. Unleashed it a bit too quick there. Watkins was making the run through the middle. It was lovely from Ollie Watkins just to lay it off to Moussa Diaby. Caught Liverpool out defensively there again. And the cut back would have been the right option there. Maybe Ollie Watkins was surrounded by a few Liverpool players, but shooting from that narrow angle probably has less chance of scoring, I would believe. But Diaby went for it and hit the side netting. Harvey Elliott to Joe Gomez. Down the line it comes. Gakpo on the run. Chops back in field. Cody Gakpo running towards goal. Try to pass it off. Diaz loses out, and then Diaz trying to win it back. Gives away the free kick to Luca Digne. Luis Diaz has been a bit bitty this evening. He's given away a couple of fouls. Surprised he's not found the referee's book yet. I think that's the 4th foul that Luis Diaz has committed this evening. You would at least think on accumulation Luis Diaz would get a yellow card, but nothing from the referee there. Diego Carlos. Ball over the top it comes. Running behind here. Here's Leon Bailey. And Joe Gomez tracking back and winning the free kick. And Leon Bailey incensed again at the referee. Say it again. Diego Carlos. Nice ball over the top. And Bailey, really good first touch, but it showed a bit too much to Joe Gomez. And Gomez tracking back. Was pushed there by Leon Bailey, but Bailey doesn't agree, even though he did it. I love the kind of gaslighting from the Premier League football. Oh no, I didn't push him, it's not a foul. But clearly, I mean, there's, what, 100 cameras? Over 100 cameras in the stadium. One of them's going to catch you. Especially when you've got the ball. And here's Diaby. Cuts it across. Zaniolo! Big save by Alisson. Still not away though. Back it comes again to Luis. Poor pass. Bailey across. And all the way across it comes. Digne on the left-hand side whips the ball in. And Liverpool get away with that one. Goodness me. And Diaz pulled back there by John McGinn. And a yellow card is coming out for the Villa captain. So John McGinn in the book. It's quite ironic. John McGinn ends up with a yellow card before anyone else. And he's been complaining all night that he wants yellow cards for everybody else. Quite ironic that. But how did Villa not score here again? Lovely save by Alisson from a Zaniolo shot. Nice save. Straight down the middle though. And then a couple of other opportunities. Liverpool just failed to clear their lines. And Villa just no composure in the final third there. Letting it get away from them as John McGinn claps his side to motivate them even further. And another one gone a begging through Unai Emery's team, who up to this point have only had one shot on target up until that Zaniolo shot. That's their second shot on target of the night. Liverpool, contrastingly, have only had 3 shots on target, so... And you would think that all 3 of them were the goals. Actually, no. 2 of them were goals. Of course, the other was an own goal. That's a lovely touch by Diaz. Luis Diaz, breaking forward, cuts it back a bit short to McAllister. As Gomez now tracking back, and Gomez wins the ball back. Makes sure that Liverpool keep the possession. 20 minutes to go at Villa Park. Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3. That's a poor pass by Luis. Gives it away to Diaz. Endo, Alexander-Arnold, McAllister. Now Gomez will go back to Virgil van Dijk. Now Alexander-Arnold. Over the top it goes. Salah on the chase. Elliott alongside him. But Mo Salah will drag it to the byline. Back to Elliott. Almost confused himself there. Harvey Elliott. Mo Salah. Coming across. Can't find a shooting opportunity. Gives it to Joe Gomez. Now Elliott. Body's in the box. Elliott with a cross. Too close to Emi Martinez, who can gather. Certainly been a very intense, high attacking game. I love it. This is the type of game we want to see in the Premier League. You know, this is the type of football the Premier League has been so good at delivering this season. Such really good attacking football. Nice ball in between the lines from Kwanzaa. Finds Elliott. Diaz. Down the right hand side comes Salah. Salah trying to get into the box. Just a bit lost that ball there. Mo Salah, short pass to Gakpo, and Gakpo couldn't retrieve it. As Van Dijk has it at the back. Lisa says, who do you think will win? I think that's who will win the league this season, is it? My screen won't let me see that. I apologise, Lisa. I think it's who do you think will win the league? Going into the final day, I mean, you have to say Manchester City. They're in incredible form, and if they don't drop any points, they win the league. So it's as simple as that. But I mean, true Premier League style, you never know. I mean, Spurs, not a hard. Joe Gomez with a shot high and wide. Yes, thanks, Lisa, for clarifying that. Yes, so I do think City will win it, but you never know. I mean, if Spurs get a draw tomorrow, it's in Arsenal's hands, and it's all up to Arsenal on Sunday. It will go to the final day, no matter what. And you never know. You never know. I mean, it's been to the final day a couple of times, and City have won it, I think, on almost all of those occasions. Actually, all of those occasions. They won it on the final day 3 times. I believe, of course, the most memorable of which their first title in 2012 was actually 12 years ago today, 13th of May 2012, when City won that with the Aguero moments. Back in 2012? That was today. Wow. 12 years. How time flies. Ball in behind Elliott. Nice deft touch to Salah. Salah, though, beaten off the ball by Diego Carlos. So I do think City will win it. But then City haven't won at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the league. So, and they'll need to do that tomorrow night if they're going to win if they're going to have it in their hands going into Sunday. So, you know, look, we'll see. And we'll be here tomorrow night to watch it unfold. Here's Zaniolo down the left. Cross cut out there by Jarell Quansah with a clearance. Liverpool readying 4 changes. Crazy. 4 changes incoming. Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, and Darwin Nunez all coming on for Liverpool. So 4 changes incoming. I don't think they're going to make them just yet. Are they going to wait for this corner? They are. So Douglas Luiz going to take this corner first. Before this happens, 16 minutes to go. Douglas Luiz with this delivery. Left-hand side, right-footed in, swinging corner. Whipped into the box. Away by Van Dijk. Not fully cleared. It's Digne keeps it alive. Watkins battling. Van Dijk again with a header, but he was being held there, Virgil van Dijk, by Diego Carlos, and it will be a Liverpool free kick. So changes incoming then. So Harvey Elliott is going to make way for Ryan Gravenberch. Elliott again making himself a nuisance in that midfield, helping out. Cody Gakpo is going to be replaced by Darwin Nunez. That's the second change. A straight swap up front. Then the third change. The assistant has a tough one on his hands here, the fourth official. It's going to be Luis Diaz is going to come off for Curtis Jones. And the fourth and final substitution for Liverpool is going to be Wataru Endo is coming off, and Dominic Szoboszlai is coming on. So let me just recap that for you. Gakpo, Endo, Elliott and Diaz off, and Szoboszlai, Nunez, Jones and Szoboszlai on. So 4 changes for Liverpool. Did I get that right? I have a feeling I missed someone. Gravenberch. Apologies. I do apologise. It's a long list of names to remember, to be honest. So recapping again. Diaz, Gakpo, Elliott and Endo off. Replaced by Curtis Jones, Dominic Szoboszlai, Darwin Nunez and Ryan Gravenberch. It's quite a lot when you're making 4 changes at one time. I mean, all the talk this season as well for Liverpool, that they've used their subs pretty well. Oh, Alisson, not a great touch there. Goodness me. Does get away with it though. Szoboszlai to Kwanzaa. Up the pitch it goes. Kwanzaa into an area. Digne. Salah in close proximity, and he goes back to Emi Martinez. Not a great kick by the Villa keeper. Gravenberch brings it down. He was out of his goal there, Martinez, but quickly back into it. Salah comes in field. Round the corner goes Szoboszlai. Shot saved by Martinez. Corner. It's really lovely from Salah. Chops in field, and Szoboszlai just makes the run in behind. No one marks him. No one tracks him. And it's that kind of ghost run, shall we call it, in behind. This is a lovely threaded ball by Salah, perfect onto the foot of Szoboszlai, and he tried to chip the keeper, and Martinez made himself big and put it behind for the corner. Another issue here for Villa. Zaniolo's gone down, and he's taken his boot off, and he's holding the kind of left side of his left foot in and around where his kind of the, where would that be? The top of your foot. I don't know what that's called. That's where he's holding, so that's an issue. And Zaniolo, actually the substitute for Villa, came on just about 12 minutes ago for Yuri Tielemans. Don't forget the 2 Premier League fixtures this midweek. It's not our only midweek action. On Thursday night, we have the return leg. Thursday and Friday night, we have the return legs of the Championship playoffs. We had an exciting day, a goal-filled day yesterday. 2 0-0 draws. Can you believe it? At Carrow Road and the Hawthorns. Leeds take on Norwich at Elland Road on Thursday, and Southampton take on West Brom on Friday. Looking for places in the Championship playoff final to see which team will join Leicester and Ipswich in the Premier League next season. Zaniolo back to his feet then, and he's just jogging off, or he's walking off, but he's got his boot, left boot in his left hand, which is quite peculiar. Don't think I've ever seen that before. But there we are. And I think he might be coming off here. There's changes incoming from Aston Villa. It's John Duran and Callum Chambers, I believe, are the 2 that are coming on. So the changes incoming for Unai Emery's side. So Zaniolo is coming off, and John Duran is on for him. So Zaniolo's appearance. Only lasted about 12 minutes. And Douglas Luiz is going to come off. And Callum Chambers will be his replacement. And Zaniolo straight down the tunnel, so that doesn't look good for Aston Villa. So Zaniolo and Luiz off, and Duran and Chambers on for Aston Villa. And that's their second and third substitutes of the night, because Zaniolo was the first sub for Yuri Tielemans. Liverpool corner then on the right hand side, so a couple of minutes of a stoppage there, and Liverpool will have a corner. Alexander-Arnold to take, right hand side. Right footed, low one, flicked on at the front post, but Villa clear it away. It's a low corner from Alexander-Arnold, certainly not one of his best. As McAllister feeds it back down the line, Alexander-Arnold in behind. Nunez back to Gravenberch. Here is Ryan Gravenberch. In behind for Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai. Liverpool using their energy of the fresh legs. Alexander-Arnold's ball back to the back post, and Van Dijk's header trying to catch out Martinez, but Martinez measured it well and got the grab on that one. 10 minutes to go then at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa 1, Liverpool 3. Villa are going to need a rapid display of late attack and action to win this one now. As they're pressed at the back again, Martinez across to Torres and out to Lucadinha. It's again that composure playing out from the back. They're comfortable with it, Villa. Really comfortable. But Liverpool win the ball back with their counter press. Alexander-Arnold. McAllister around the corner to Szoboszlai. Bodies forward. Very narrow from Liverpool, really, that front three. Gomez. Back it comes. It's a front three of, I see Curtis Jones on the left wing. Nunez through the middle and Salah on the right. But Salah and Nunez quite interchangeable at the moment. But it looks like Nunez is continuing through the middle, as that will be an Aston Villa throw on the far side. Came off Curtis Jones last. Press in there. Lovely win back by Jones, and Nunez holding on to the ball. And chips it all the way back to his own keeper, which is certainly not a comfortable one, but Alisson dealt with it comfortably. In respect to that, Ethan says a good game, but I feel like both sides could perform a lot better. Defensively, yeah. The second half has kind of dwindled a bit. It's gone a bit off the boil. It's not been as out-and-out attacking as the first half was, because it was quite frantic in the first half. Bit of a deflection there. Nunez flicks it on. Gravenberch will take it down. Flag stays down against Nunez there. I thought he was offside. Gravenberch chips back into the box. Onto his left. Cuts it back for Salah. And Nunez couldn't reach it. Szoboszlai gets it back. Alexander-Arnold. Straight strike. And over the top by Martinez. For a goal kick. Or for a corner. Sorry. Lovely from Gravenberch. And then Salah couldn't control it. Nunez couldn't reach it. It bounces back. Szoboszlai cuts it back for Alexander-Arnold on the edge of the box. And he unleashes one with the left boot. Straight up the middle of the goalkeeper. And Martinez couldn't catch it with the pace that it had behind it. And he just had to palm it over for the corner. Another bit of celeb spotting. John Barnes in the crowd. Of course, formerly of Liverpool. And I believe Aston Villa. Alexander-Arnold. Right-footed delivery again. Better corner. But Villa defend that one up a bit better that time. They had it clear. Gomez with a committed challenge. Does well. Finds Szoboszlai. Now Alexander-Arnold. Fizzed across the box, but no one there to gather it in Liverpool colours. That's good work by Watkins to hold it up. Plays it off to Diaby now. Amazing from Ollie Watkins. Watkins to Callum Chambers. Through the lines, but couldn't find any of the Villa players, and Joe Gomez will just retrieve it. Oh, heavy touch from McAllister, and Liverpool play themselves into trouble there. McAllister, and now Gomez will just cushion it to his man in Szoboszlai there, as Alexander-Arnold clears it. Szoboszlai on the chase, but given away to Villa again. But frantic that from Liverpool. Bailey trying to run at the defence. Has to turn back. Kind of spin back. Plays it through the line. John Duran on the spin, but hadn't got enough room to get a clean strike, and straight down Alisson's throat for a simple catch for the Brazilian in the Liverpool goal. I have to say, those Villa players, they look fluid. They're comfortable right up until that last pass, that last moment, that last touch. That's an awful touch by McAllister, and a terrible moment, because here's Villa again, and a poor goal to give away, but it is a goal. And there may be a late bit of drama on here at Villa Park. All of Liverpool's own doing. And McAllister's poor touch gifts Villa a goal. John Duran with a goal. And it's Villa 2, Liverpool 3, and maybe this one isn't over. Terrible touch by McAllister at the edge of the box. Gifts the ball to Callum Chambers, finds it to John Duran, and Duran finds the bottom right corner. That's lovely from the Villa centre forward. He's been the backup this season, as Ollie Watkins has been an absolute powerhouse in front of goal. But John Duran gets the crowd up for a bit of late drama here at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa 2, Liverpool 3. You never know. You never know. Liverpool's comfort of a 2-goal lead, no more. This one will stand, although here comes Nunez. Nunez! And makes Emi Martinez make a big save. And he does well to rescue it, to make sure it doesn't go out for the corner. As Unai Emery's got a yellow card. He celebrated and went onto the field of play. There. Unai Emery certainly keeping his emotions in check, surely. Celebrating that one. Ethan says, could be a last minute comeback. Could be. It's all right, Liverpool managing this now. But Villa are going to be rifled up for it. Right up for this late drama. Alexander-Arnold. The pressure goes down the line. And that's out of play by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Villa get the throw. 4 minutes plus additional time to go. And the Villa crowd are up for it. Long throw by Digne there as Liverpool intercept with Kwanzaa. Picked forward. Here's Curtis Jones, and through the lines is Darwin Nunez. One-on-one with the keeper. The flag stays down. Darwin Nunez! But the flag does go up eventually. Say it again. Yeah, he is just offside there, Nunez. This goes a slight bit early, but it's a lovely run through the middle. Just needs to hold it a bit of a second later. I wouldn't be surprised if Darwin Nunez has a golden boot for the most goals that's been given for offside. Certainly up there. There's still that slight wariness that Liverpool can get that fourth. That would all but dead the game, but there's still more than enough time for Villa to get that late leveller. Diego Carlos. Up the pitch it goes, and Gomez battling. Kind of put the Villa player off there, and Leon Bailey. It will be a Villa throw though. It did come off Joe Gomez last. McGinn. Running to find the space, does find the space, finds the pass to Diaby, and Diaby bricks away. Here's Moussa Diaby through the middle. Oh, it takes a deflection, it's in! What a moment! How can you believe this? How do you even wrap this up? How do you even explain what has just happened? Aston Villa, from a moment of nowhere, are back in it, and it's 3-3 at Villa Park. My goodness me. How has that gone in? It's a lovely run and turn by Diaby. Diaby breaks away from everyone in there. The ball in behind it, it is onside. And John Duran, how's that gone in? What actually happened? It's Diaby, and it just hits off John Duran. He's in the right moment at the right time. And it just deflects off him, catches out Alisson, who has no chance, and into the empty net it goes. 3-3. And Tom Hanks going ballistic in the crowd. And it's John Duran that is the man of the moment here at Villa Park, on for the injured Nicolo Zaniolo. And an injury that seemed to be a massive blow to Villa could actually be their biggest benefit. And just a second check, because VAR were checking for an offside, and they roar again Villa Park again as the referee pointed to the spot to confirm the goal. My goodness me. Wow. Just wow. And a point isn't enough to secure Champions League football for Villa tonight, but a win would. And there's time for either of these two to win it now. But Villa have the momentum. You never know. You never know. And Salah with a poor ball. And Villa are like a wolf pack, hungry for the ball. Digne with the ball in. Away by Kwanzaa. Chambers brings it down. And he absolutely rifles that one forward. And goes behind for a goal kick. 9 added minutes. There's more than enough time. There's loads of time left. It's almost a whole half of bloody football left. 9 added minutes. So there's certainly time for Villa to get a winner that would hear the Champions League music back at this stadium for the first time in 41 years. Villa haven't been in Europe's biggest competition since 1983, and for quite a while of this second half it looked like they weren't going to achieve that tonight, that they weren't going to get that qualification here this evening. It would have to go to the final day. But in Premier League football, nothing is done and dusted until the final whistle is blown. No goal, no scoreline is ever comfortable in the Premier League. That's what makes this league a cut above the others in the world, as the best league in the world. Remember, Liverpool won't give up here. They'll want to try and win it as well, in true Jurgen Klopp style. Heavy metal, frantic, attacking football to the death. That's what we've seen here tonight. Alexander-Arnold with the ball in behind. Straight the way through. Salah was the closest, but Martinez got there ahead of him. Told you there'd be goals tonight. I just had that feeling when Liverpool scored in the second minute. I just had that feeling that defences are not going to be on top tonight. And most certainly they have not been. And this Villa crowd are loving this. Oh, mistake at the back again by Liverpool. Over the bar by Diaby. And I think Alisson did make the save. Goodness me, it's a poor defensive header by Kwanzaa. He puts his side under pressure, and then Diaby with a left-footed strike. And Alisson with his right hand, or right arm outstretched, makes the save. And it goes over for the corner. Goodness me. Goodness me. Villa are throwing everything at this. Forget about the kitchen sink. They're throwing their whole house at this. Digne with a cross from the corner to the back post. Not cleared away. Alexander-Arnold will, though, clear it. Not convincingly, though. He skied that one, and Villa will have the throw. Pau Torres is claiming a handball in there somewhere. He's adamant, Pau Torres. Ooh. It looks... Well, his hand's in the air there, Virgil van Dijk, but it does come off Diego Carlos's head. It's tight, that. Well, they're checking VAR. And they're not going to give it. So, check is complete by Chris Kavanagh, the VAR, and no penalty is given. Well, they've certainly had their fair share tonight. The VAR, fair share of drama. Giving goals, ruling out goals. Checking the tightest of margins. And Villa are going to go for the long throw into the box here. Still enough time, more than enough time, It's another 5 minutes to go. As that comes off Kwanzaa in the deflection. Allison upended into the air as he caught the ball. And he will get the free kick there, Allison. And this is absolutely sensational. Ethan says, good comeback, poor defence. Well, neither defence has been on top tonight at all. Far from it. Here's the running behind Nunez. Nunez tried to get it across to Salah. Will fall to Jones with a shot. Straight at Emi Martinez. Still a feeling that either of these two teams could win it. Villa have the momentum. But Liverpool just sneaking a few shots at the Villa keeper. Wow. What a special night this could be at Villa Park for Aston Villa if they do get this winner. What a comeback it would be. Szoboszlai down the line, a bit ahead of Salah. But slid out there by Pau Torres and out for the Liverpool throw. Szoboszlai. Alexander-Arnold. Around the corner to Kwanzaa. Just have that feeling there is going to be a winner in this one. I don't think this ends a draw. Kwanzaa, nice ball out to Jones. Chested down on the left. Curtis Jones to Gomez. Van Dijk to McAllister. And now Kwanzaa. Szoboszlai to McAllister. Van Dijk to Kwanzaa. McAllister. Liverpool maybe just trying to compose themselves at the moment, not trying to make it an open game. Can't blame them. 1-2 touch there from Szoboszlai to Salah. Salah trying to get it back to Szoboszlai, but blocked off by Digne. Will be a Liverpool corner though. 3 more minutes of the 9 added to go. And the goal, if there is another goal in this one, it surely could be the winner. I mean, I'm going to say could be because you never know in this one. Seems a frantic, crazy game. Alexander-Arnold with a corner. Right-footed in. Away by Carlos. And then Diaby hooked it away. Will be a Liverpool throw on the right-hand side. Alexander-Arnold. Back to McAllister. Across to Gomez. Jones. Down the line to Gomez it comes, and John McGinn battling there. But Gomez deemed to have committed a foul of some sort, and it will be a free kick to Aston Villa. Or throw in to Aston Villa, sorry. Joe Gomez had the last touch. That's what it was. And after being 3-1 down in the game, Villa would still take this as a massive result, but another good point, but they would love to complete it because they've come so close at this point. Liverpool get the throw in on the left hand side. 2 minutes or so to go. And this result wouldn't confirm Champions League football for Villa. It would put them one step closer, but it would mean, theoretically, if Spurs do win their last 2 games, Spurs could still steal it. If Villa lose on the final day and Spurs win their final 2 games, that would be enough for Tottenham. That's lovely from Nunez to hold it up there and get the throw in quickly. Not waiting around, Darwin Nunez. Alexander-Arnold to Szoboszlai. He's taken out. Try to continue there, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Villa clear it away through Duran. Out for the throw. Into the last minute of the 99 of the 9 added. Liverpool scored late on at Nottingham Forest earlier in the season to win. That was very late. I think that was the 99th minute. But that poor pass from Alexander-Arnold sees it out of play for a Villa throw. So maybe they'll not get that opportunity. And maybe Villa might have one more opportunity themselves. Mr. Diaby's on the pitch, but he's holding up a cramp here. But he was off the pitch. It was Nunez he was battling with a moment or two ago. And he just caved down onto the side of the pitch, but he's on the pitch now and gone down. A masterclass in time wasting that from Moussa Diaby. The referee just coming over. And Diaby's back to his feet. He says okay to continue. At least for another 20-30 seconds. And what a frantic ending to this game it has been. An absolute corker of Premier League football. Incredible stuff. It's another Villa throw. Might be just enough time for one last attack. The 9 minutes are up. Long throw over the top. Watkins closed down there by Kwanzaa. Alexander-Arnold clears it long up the pitch. Bouncing ball. Nunez tries to keep it in, but ends up scissor kicking it out of play for a Villa throw. Surely there's not much time left now. And there it is. Not tonight for Aston Villa. They did ever so well to get back from 3-1 down and couldn't complete the comeback overall. But what a way to end their season at home. On the verge, on the brink of Champions League football for next season. Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. It's been what Jurgen Klopp epitomises in football. High intensity, high attacking game. And that it was to the very last whistle. Both teams went out for it to win it. In the end, neither of them come away with a victory. That's how it is sometimes. But 3 goals for each team makes it an absolute corker in Premier League football. An incredible night here in Birmingham at Villa Park. Villa, not quite their night in terms of getting Champions League football for next season. But that might happen tomorrow night. If Tottenham lose or even draw now tomorrow night, that will not be enough to keep Tottenham on the coattails of Villa. A win for Spurs would only be enough tomorrow to secure that. Liverpool, well, they draw for the 10th time this season. That's the most, joint most, out of anybody in the top 9 of the league this season. But only 4 defeats over their season, and they have one more game under Jurgen Klopp to go. It's at Anfield on Sunday on the final day against Wolves. And what a frantic game this was. Incredible ending to a wonderful game of football. Final score from Villa Park. Aston Villa 3. Liverpool 3.